Welcome. I'm excited to have you here with us. And we are going to be talking today about cloud-based management organization on steroids. Right now, we are getting ready to go live. And so you need to grab a notepad, whatever you need in order to join us. And our guest today is Michele Sokoloff, and she's been a friend of mine for years. We're going to talk about the 60-second rule, how to build a business command center, how to do relationships first, and also how to use AI for perspectives but not decision. Michele Sokoloff is a CEO, founder, coach, and business life management specialist. She is an executive coach and operations strategist who helps leaders build clear systems, strengthen teams, and operationalize their vision for purposeful and sustainable growth in business. You can learn more about her over at her website, ultimatemanifesto.com. And you can also just buckle up and get ready for this interview right now. I'm excited to share this with you. Welcome, Michele.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, so you and I knew each other years ago, and we were both kind of newbies in business.
Yes.
And growing up in Jesus and growing up in business and leadership. And I stand amazed, my dear, at what he has done in your life. I love it so much.
Yes.
You have become kind of a hub for people who want to get organized and do a better job at whatever it is God's called them to do. So welcome.
You know, for years I thought that systems administration was my God-given gift. And finally, I just was like, okay, God, take it. And I've been in business 20 years now. And so I don't fight God anymore. I just let him tell me what to do and where to put things.
I love that. I love that. And you help other people know where to put things too. So that's just beautiful. Well, we come into this conversation knowing that some of you have piled up piles. You have piles of notes and piles of everything. And, I just think about when I come back from a conference and I've got, business cards and I've got one sheets and I've got so much paper. And a lot of times, I know for a lot of you guys, everything just goes into something. And then you wonder where it went. Talk to us about your 60-second rule, Michele, because I think this is life-changing.
Yeah. So my 60-second rule is when it comes in, and I say when it comes in, like to my life, if I'm at home, I digitize immediately. So I don't keep bills. I don't keep paper. I don't keep note cards. And sometimes you can't just do it within 60 seconds, but the concept is do it as soon as possible. So I take everything and I scan it. And that could be through, I use what's called ScanSnap, but that might be more advanced than some of you want to spend financially. So there's other portable solutions like Brother has a little portable scanner you can get at Walmart or Office Max, but digitize as soon as possible. But I want to talk just real quick, Marnie, about when you digitize it, what do you do with it? Yeah. So if life were a 3-drawer file cabinet, you must decide what are your 3 drawers. So mine is income producing, mine is personal and God, and then mine is must keep. And so those are my 3 files. And then everything work-related, income-producing goes in that top file drawer within file folders or hanging file folders. And then all of the things like this conference might go in a file within a hanging folder. So it might be conferences, business cards, you want to scan them as soon as possible. So you do the same thing digitally, is you have 3 drawers. And then within those drawers, you have folders, and within the folders, you have files. And so don't have 500 drawers and try and get organized because your brain will go, nope, can't do it. But if you have 3 drawers, your brain can understand that.
And you're talking about digital drawers here.
Digital drawers, get rid of the paper, scan things, put them in your digital file cabinet, right? So in the 3 main concepts.
Okay, so this ages me so much, but I don't care. I earned those years, right? Okay, so When my kids were little, we had cameras that actually took pictures that you had to have processed and developed. And when
Yeah.
those pictures came back, I would always get 2 sets of every picture. One set to go into the book, into the album, and one set to share with people. And so when it came in, I had a rule. I could not open the envelope until I was sitting in front of my photo album. That's
Put them in.
it. There you
Yeah.
go. So that's this same concept, because otherwise what I found is I had a shoebox full of pictures and stuff, and it just didn't go anywhere.
Yep.
Once you have this system in place, then you have some freedom. Now, I want you to just address, like, why digital? Like, what are the advantages of having a digital other than just, okay, now I know it's in a file somewhere?
As a coach, one of the things people say they want is freedom. They don't want to be tied to a desk. They don't want to have to carry a paper planner. They want to be able to work on their phone. So what it gives you is freedom. It gives your brain clarity. It releases you from the stress of a million sticky notes. Instead, you've got a digital calendar. I was the paper calendar girl, and I was never going to go away from it. And my organizer said, please go digital. And I want you to be able to work from anywhere. So I can work from my phone today. I don't have to be in an office because everything is searchable, findable, organized, and it allows me peace to just know I can find something in moments rather than days, hours, months. Like, when you're all stressed out and you can't find your addresses for Christmas cards, like, how stressful is that?
So from 0 to 10, 10 being high, what is the quality level of the searchability of things we scan?
Oh, it's 100% if you make it a PDF. You can literally just put the word in and it will find it. So the other concept to think about is naming things right. So I have multiple businesses I own. So I have abbreviations like Ultimate Manifesto is UN. Loving is AI is LIAI. So I put those at the beginning of every file. So I know when I'm looking for that entity, where does it come up? And then name it what you think you'll search for it. And don't name it what it's named, name it what you'll find it as.
And then if I put in business cards, let's say I'm going to scan 40 business cards right now. Do I have to stop after each business card and name that business card?
No. So this is with a scanner. The great thing is you can do, it's called continuous scan. Every scanner has it. And you just scan them all and have it save it as a PDF. And then you can go search for words in that PDF versus scanning them as pictures. You will be looking through all the 40 pictures.
Beautiful. That's what I needed to know. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. You call this a business command center. And I am one of those people. I was looking at your stuff, of course, after we reconnected here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm one of those people who have everything, every which way. I've got all of the crazy chaos going on with all the systems that aren't talking to each other, that we're using Zaps and all kinds of things to try to make it work, hook it together. What is a command center and why do I need one?
So this is what I would love everyone that's listening or listens to this later to do is think about your life. And if you were to have 3, 4, maximum 5 systems that you use every day to keep yourself organized, what are those? And so for me, I'll tell you what they are. So Google Workspace is one. I am a Google fan. I love everything about it. I've got Monarch OS. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I've got Send Out Cards. It's a greeting card company that keeps my addresses and birthdays so I can remember people. I've got Loving is AI, which is an AI that's based on love, not just output. And my one that I didn't mention to you, but I mentioned, in passing later is called 1Password. And so those are all apps that you can download. Those are mine that I use that I cannot live without. And most business owners go, okay, I've got, lead magnet. I've got email. I've got 10 emails, actually. I've got have one email address. If you need to, make one work and one personal, but don't have more than 2 emails ever. Don't have systems that you're paying for, you don't use. How many of you have had subscriptions that you pay for, you never use? Cancel those today, right? So have a budget that what's all incoming what's all outgoing. But literally that can be a Google document. You don't even have to pay for Microsoft Excel. You can have a free Google account, go up to the 9 little dots up at the top right and do Google Sheets and make yourself a budget. And all that is all incoming, all outgoing. And then you know where you're at financially. So have a system, have a plan. Don't have notebooks and spreadsheets and emails and systems and subscriptions that you don't use. Instead, simplify. Less is more when it comes to clarity and organization. Less is more. 3 drawers. Like in my email, I have those same 3 drawers: income producing, personal, must keep. And I call my must keep Z. I name it a file folder in my email that says Z, and everything I want to file goes in there. And those in the file, there's folders inside the file so I can find them later. Like Marnie has a active file in my life, and Marnie has a Z file in my life. So after this, all of our interview emails go into the Z file.
Files are so valuable. And you said something earlier that I learned from Paper Tiger decades ago was, don't title it what it's titled it how you're going to find it.
Right.
And make it make sense to your brain. And then the beautiful thing that we can do now, of course, is search everything, which is so fantastic.
Yep.
I want to keep going, and then we'll come back to Monarch OS in a minute, but relationships first. This is you. This is your middle name.
This is how we met. My name. My branding at that point was called Connection Diva, right?
Yeah. Right. And I too, I just love connection. I love collaborations. I love, I had somebody interview me for a book recently, and she said, how many ladies do you have in your life that you could call and share anything with, like the high, the low, the anything? And I said, countless. I don't know. There's so many women. And we tend to think that we have a limited pool or maybe a limited bucket. Like my bucket can only hold so many women. The fact is that's not true. God holds space in his heart for all of us.
Yes,
and we are designed in his image. And just like a parent may say, well, maybe that 3rd child is too many, or the 5th child is too many, or the 12th child, whatever. But there's more love for each of those babies as they come. And each relationship that we have is truly a gift from God. It is a gift from God, a divine appointment, a divine connection. You have, you use send out cards. I remember when you discovered it and you were like off the charts excited.
Still am. Like 19, 20 years later, still excited. Yeah.
What does it do for you?
So my motto is people matter. And I would love that to be your motto. It doesn't have to just belong to me. It can be yours as well. And so I'll tell you a story. I send out greeting cards. And the reason they're a physical card that goes in the mail, but it's sent through a digital system. And it's got pictures of that person and my handwriting and my signature and my love in it. And I've had so many people over the years be like, you're the only person that sent me a card. And I'm like, that's because you matter. And every day I go on Facebook and LinkedIn and I wish people a personal happy birthday, not the standard happy birthday with 10 emojis and, a poop icon and a wine glass. And I'm like, what if they literally, like, why would you send a poop emoji and a wine glass? They could be an alcoholic. So be thoughtful, and really, remember where you met people and keep records and, be able to reference if you don't know where someone is, like put notes and like, oh, I met them here. And that's how I remember people. And people really just want to be remembered. And when you do that, they want to do business with you. They want to do life with you. That's how some of my dearest friends came to be, is I just remembered people. And so it's a software that I literally didn't know it was a business back then. I just was like a software, and they're like, it's a business too. I'm like, okay, let's do that too. So I just wanted the software because I wanted to be like, I was tired of having address books. And when Marnie moves, like, oh my gosh, 10 addresses later, I can't keep up, but digital address book, I can. So
yeah. So one of the things you said is people like to do business with people. Did you say who remember them?
Yeah, who remember them. Yeah.
You know what I was thinking when I read that in your notes, and when you said it again now, I was thinking people also do business with people they can remember.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times a planner has reached out and said, I saw this lady one time. She like talked about this or that, but I don't know where she's from and I can't find her.
Yeah. I can't remember
Don't
her.
don't be the one that they can't find.
Yeah. Exactly.
Be the one that's top of mind. I'm always watching for top of mind opportunities, especially for my speakers, because you want to keep getting in front of the event planners, because even in front of the churches in general, because they change. The event planners change from year to year. The women's ministry leaders move from place to place. Media people are the same way. You want to be the top of mind person that they can find when they've got that opening. Yeah.
And if we think about this biblically, like Jesus wandered and he went from place to place. He had a path, that he went, and he went back to those places. He didn't just go once. He went back and people remembered him. And so we must follow the example and go back and
circle back,
touch people again. And, even if you have a prompting, if God ever puts a prompting on your heart, like, Marnie's name drops into my name, I literally reach out and be like, hey, how are you? You're on my mind today. And she may not respond for a week because we're both busy people. But you know what? The touch was there.
Even if they never respond, you guys, even if they never respond, if you feel prompted to reach out to somebody, reach out to them. And I have people that have contacted me back and said, I couldn't even respond at that point, but I was going through something and it mattered so much that you reached out. So, just take the moment. And I think the other thing is, for me, I've had to really get over. So there's something I call drive-by shootings, which is not the terrible kind, but sometimes, in life you do this, you just drive by somebody and you're like, hi, bye, and then you're off to the next thing. A lot of speaking engagements, those are the audiences. I mean, that's how I feel. I feel like, oh my gosh. But that's why we want people to be able to take things home, a book home or something, a program, a training course home, something that they can take us home with them. So it isn't just in and out like that so much. But even again, you mentioned Jesus, and we have to just say, did he have personal relationships with all 5,000 of those people that he fed that day?
No.
Probably not. But did they feel like they knew him? They actually did. And did he actually know them? He actually did. And we have this same opportunity to, even though the touch was at a distance or in a group or whatever, to leave a lasting memory and to let them come home with us in our hearts as well. So I love that. Okay.
I have
go ahead.
one more point there.
Yes.
Everybody does Facebook birthday messages today. And I would just encourage you, if you see a name and you're like, oh, and that memory comes up of a time with that person, go offline, text them and be like, oh, happy birthday. And this is one of my favorite memories. Or, find a photo on your phone real quick and send it to them. Like, remember, a picture speaks 1,000 words.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is true that you get so many on Facebook, but even that, like for me on my birthday, I do set aside time because there's lots of messages, but every name that goes by, I just feel love toward them and gratitude for them in my life, even if I just get to do a heart or whatever back.
Yeah.
And I think
respond to all messages, which takes time. Like, so even if it's a month later, go back to those birthday messages and respond when it's your birthday, because people took the time to wish you happy birthday.
They did. Right.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to tackle AI here for a moment. And I know both you and I have, love-hate relationships with AI. I don't think I actually hate AI. I think that what I want to say coming in, and I hope I get famous for this, there's one thing that AI will never do for you. It will never ask the Holy Spirit for guidance.
It's true.
It's going to give you its best shot from all of the data it's, put together. And we don't know who put that data in there. Some of it might be from good people. Some of it might be from people with terrible intent. Some of it might be just straight from the pit of hell. We don't know. But when you are using AI, and I encourage you to use it, it's to me, I compare AI to my computer, my vehicle, my microwave, my refrigerator. They have a use in my life. I don't worship them. I don't let them make my decisions. They are here for me to use. They're here for me to be able to get things done more efficiently than I could without them. And so yours is perspective, not decisions. So talk about that.
So I work with business owners and, ministry leaders, and I mean, people of influence all day long. And what I'm seeing is a trend of people that are taking AI, ChatGPT specifically, as their end all be all. It's giving them the answers. And I usually stop them in their tracks and be like, but what do you think? Right. What's your opinion? And I would just ask you to be like, okay, Holy Spirit, what do I believe? What is my, it helps you just think through strategies. It doesn't think for you. And you can learn things there. Like I use it a lot I use it every day. AI, I have multiple AIs. And generally I will say like, okay, these are my thoughts, outline it, or help me think of what I missed, or what perspective am I missing? This is my audience I'm trying to reach. What questions might they have that I haven't thought of? So I just have it. And then I'm like, okay. And then I take that data and I go, okay, is that the direction I want to go? So again, I'm the decision maker. It's just an input giver, perspective holder. And you get to decide. Don't let it be your brain. God made you unique, special, wonderful, intelligent, blessed beyond nature. And you're giving your power away when you let AI think for you.
It's very easy for me to want to not check what it says and just go with it.
Yeah.
But stop, check in with the Spirit, Holy Spirit, and make sure that it's staying on track with what God wants you to do.
Yeah.
You're involved with a new AI, which I have not. I've met the owner, but I have not had a chance to dive into. I'm excited about it. It's loving AI, and it's got what the goal was to bring some spiritual depth to it from a Christian perspective, from not maybe Christian, but a biblical perspective. Align it so that you can feel a little more confident that kind of where it's getting its answers from.
Right. And again, it is not a person. It is an AI system. And so, we know as a company that love is in not all AIs, and not all, just like every industry in the world has good and bad in it, like good and evil. Like it is foundationally the way the world was, good and evil. Like, it's what we all know. We've always known it, God and Satan. So just know that not all tools that are out there in the world are going to serve you. And if you had one that was coming from a more loving place, a more perspective place, not a judgment place, and didn't have opinions, it might be more useful. And so, it's just something that I've really come to be is, AI is, I don't think it's going to take over the world. I do think it is going to make people think differently. I think people have lack of confidence in the long run if we don't actually use our brains and our hearts that God gave us and the Holy Spirit. So I think we must really monitor, have like a governance layer to AI in our lives. What do we allow? What do we not? Just like we want to watch what our kids watch on TV. Let's watch ourselves.
Watch what we're watching. Exactly. That is such good advice. Why don't we have our own governance system? You have some key points here. We're going to wrap this up in a couple minutes, but I just want to kind of go through. Technology should not replace relationships. It should help you remember them. And again, it's back to don't just set these things up and then disengage your heart. These are things that are here to help you live from the heart. Your business should live in systems, not in your memory.
Oh my gosh. If it were in memory, the older we get, the more we'd forget.
I've always said, when it's in my head, I have a million things to do. When I write it down, it's only 122. And that's my famous line. But the thing is that we get organized in order to be able to do more, not less. So many people have this wrong perspective of organization that it limits them. No, organization actually is what allows you to get more done.
Yep.
Just
And
speak
I
to
don't,
that from, yeah.
yeah, I don't actually even write stuff down anymore. I literally only use a Google Calendar. So if there's a task that falls in my life, it goes on my Google Calendar. And once I've done it, I delete it and it's gone forever. And so it's my to-do list. I don't have paper piles, stacks. And so when someone's like, what do you need to do? Or when can you meet? I just move stuff around and be like, yep, I'm free.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Yep. Organization is not about being tidy. It's about freeing your mind so you can lead. I think we just said that. Scan it, store it, systematize it, and then focus on the relationship, the purpose behind it. Systems create space, and space is where great leadership and relationships grow. Speak to that one.
Oh my gosh, if I could give you a free day off to do anything you want, you would be so happy. Well, you're saving yourself time and money by organizing your life and, going to a cloud-based system where you can work from anywhere in your life or run your ministry from anywhere in your life, run your life, your personal life from anywhere you're at.
I love it. Technology organizes the information. Thoughtfulness builds the relationships, and people do business with the person who remembers them and the people that they can remember. So this has been amazing. So good. Now we have a couple things for you. First of all, in the show notes, you are going to find the notes to all of this that have links to everything that Michele has mentioned. And also you guys want to totally check out ultimatemanifesto.com. What are they going to find there?
Oh my gosh. Well, how it started was I was a virtual assistant and then I moved into project management, operations management. So guys, if you need anything like help just organizing or, coming up with a system, I'm just literally ping me and we can have a few minute conversation. And, my goal is to free you from whatever burdens you digitally. So,
and you have a team that you work with?
I do. So I used to have 13 people work for me. Now I have 5. And what happened there is I lost my daughter a few years ago and I took everything back and did everything myself. Well, again, I am also a believer you shouldn't do life alone. So I recently started building my team again. So people that, want to work at home and use their gifts and talents that, you're my people. So.
Love it. I love it so much. Now, let's talk about your operating system for just a few minutes. Yep. Monarch OS.
So many of you might have heard of a system called Go High Level. So this is my white label version of it. I decided that this is a system that I love so much that I wanted to make it my own. And so what I do is so many of you have systems that do emails, do calendars, schedule appointments, have automations, assigning things for contracts or agreements or vendor, subscriptions, that kind of thing. Well, this system does it all. And so what I've determined is most people pay about $1,600 if they were to have all these systems, and this system is $97. And I was like, okay, so I just helped someone cancel $150 worth of subscriptions, and now she's paying $97. So she saved herself, $53 a month. And, that's $600 a year. So I'm like, don't pay for things you don't use. And don't spend too much. So I've just come to use it and love it myself. And now I literally am on fire for it. I can't not tell everyone about it. So it's new to me in the last year. I just decided, I've used it for years, but I decided I wanted to be an agency of it just this year. And so I've taken it on, and you can do your websites there. You don't have to have web hosting, other things. It's email management, social media management, everything. It does everything.
CRM, your funnels, everything can all be in one place. And then I think the beauty of having it all in one place is you don't have to redo everything. You don't enter it again. It's already in the system. You just click what it's going to apply to. Love it. Love it. Michele, I love you. I'm so grateful that we can hang out here again for a little bit, share all this, update everybody on what you're doing and what you got going on. Thank you, my dear. Love you.
You're welcome. I love you too. And God bless you guys.
Thanks. And thanks you guys for being here. Appreciate having you with us. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.